All right, happy 4th of July, you guys. So, starting out with the usual squats, 210. I would say that the cue of, and I've said this before, but having the cue of really just not overextending your back, just keeping as neutral as possible, is not a game changer, but kind of underrated. So, I've just been focusing on, pushing my chest up and normally in the past I would overarch my back, but instead I'm just cueing myself to push my stomach out and just trying to not think about my back. So I think that's been helping. We'll kind of see once the weights get heavier back up to the 225 zone range, which I had to, I went up to 220, then had to kind of deload back down to 205. So I think that should be good. But I would say overall my training's been progressing in the right way. And I think compared to other exercise I've done, squatting is just, you really just can't replace it. Not saying that everyone needs to do it, but for me at least, it's just I haven't found a viable alternative at my home gym. Like maybe if I was at a commercial gym with machines and equipment, then it'll be different. But for now, like this is what I have to work with. Um, the other thing I was just thinking about this, but the it really is very how should I say this? I think it really does make you focus on the lift itself, right? Like, if you're benching or deadlifting, it's like I don't really have to think too hard about it. Like, yeah, it's heavy and all that, but with squatting, like you really have to be focused because otherwise, like it just has a different grind to it. It just has a different body awareness involved, and it feels like, oh, if you don't do it right, then it really can crush you. Which I mean, obviously, the bar is on your back, so. But yeah, moving on to the press. I would say that I've been really trying to just learn the mechanics of the hip drive and just focusing on, you know, pushing and getting that timing right of the bounce. Um, it's I like it because it doesn't put too much pressure on my elbow at the bottom, but it is a bit more taxing on my lower back because you're actively driving your hips forward. Like obviously I'm not trying to bend backwards and I'm trying to keep a tight core with tight glutes and everything, but it's inevitable that your lower back will be used to some degree. But maybe I'm not doing the movement right. So, it's just something I have to keep on playing around and practicing with. But I would say though that one of the programming changes I made for the press was now instead of focusing just strictly on 3 sets of 5, I'm now doing 15 reps total. So if I have to break it up into multiple sets from fives to fours to threes, whatever, it's still going that like that's going to be the new way of accumulating stress. So right now I did 117 for a total of 15 reps. I think I did it for 4 reps, 4 reps, 3 reps, 3 reps, and then 2 and 1. I forgot exactly what I did. And then so the next weight will be like 118, then 119, all the way until I need to change the programming once again. And so pretty excited. I brought back the power clean because originally I had it, but then I removed it because of my Achilles. But yeah, I think it's fine now, and I think its elbows was kind of aching from it, but it seemed fine today. So I think honestly most of my little injuries and aches and pains just come from a combination of jiu-jitsu and wrestling. And it's it is what it is. Like it's the price that I accepted to pay. And you know, what can you do? You can't go through life without some mix and match here and there. But I'm getting pretty close to my body weight. So like I'm 150 and I'm doing a power clean at 5 sets of 3 at 140. So I think my next weight jump up would be 2.5 pounds. So it'll be 142, 145. So maybe 4 sessions I'll be at body weight, which would be pretty good. I think that the highest I've gone for multiple sets and reps was probably 145. But actually, yeah, now I remember. I know I've done singles up to like 165 or 175, but I would argue that maybe multiple reps is more indicative of your athleticism than singles. Like, singles are important, just of different ways, I suppose. But I do have to say that I enjoy rotating out different lifts. So rather, like, what I mean by that is, like, it is pretty nice that, like, hey, on one day I do bench, then another day I do overhead press, or I do chin-ups, power clean, deadlift, and instead of just always doing the same exercise over and over. And I think the only exercise I really don't alternate is the low bar back squat. Like, that's the only one that's been pretty consistently there. Which, maybe there could be an argument that, hey, you should introduce a different variety of movements just so that you don't get so mentally stale. But, yeah, I don't know. Anyways, that's enough chatter. I hope you guys all had a good 4th of July celebration. And yeah, just get the training on to the next one. Peace.